Stop telling people about your aspirations and goals. Just stop. If you're a man and you are talking to people about the things that you're working on and trying to accomplish in the future, you're wasting your breath. You see, for guys, nobody cares what you might be able to do in the future. They're too worried about their own life and they just don't care because it doesn't have any relevance to them. In fact, most people are not even going to care what you've done in the past. They're only interested in what you can do now, what value you can provide right now. The thing is, usually as guys, when we are sharing about something that we're working on, like I'm taking a new training course, I'm starting a new business, I'm starting a new fitness program, it's because we're looking for some kind of validation to tell us that we're on the right path. The thing is, when you do this, you're actually weakening your masculine core because your masculine core thrives on you being certain about your own path. It needs you to be in charge of your own life. And when you start seeking other people's validation for the things that you're doing and the things that you're working towards, you're actually weakening that because you're communicating subconsciously that you're not actually in charge of it, but rather you're kind of doing it based on what other people think is beneficial for you. This is a really powerful force that affects so many people because we want other people's validation and approval. The thing is that it doesn't really serve us to seek that. Because when other people are looking at the things that you're doing, one of two things can happen. Number one, it might remind them that they are not working on things that are important in their own life, and so they may express a negative opinion towards what you're doing just simply because it's making them feel bad about themselves. And the second thing to remember is that everybody is most concerned with themselves. So even people you love, like close friends and family members, when they're looking at something that you say you're doing something and they're looking at that situation, even if you believe that they have your best interest in heart, they have your best interest in heart from their own perspective as to what makes them feel good as your parent or friend, etc. Meaning whatever you do or accomplish is a good reflection on them. The problem with this is because your family and friends have different value systems and different priorities than you, their definition of what's best for you is very often going to differ with what is actually best for you. And for that reason, it's often best to just keep these things to yourself. Now, I'm not suggesting that declaring goals and objectives is not a powerful exercise. What I'm saying is that this is an exercise for you. You want to take time and write down your goals and aspirations and really think them through and commit yourself to them. I like to write them down in a journal and I review them almost every morning so that I can be reminded of what it is that I'm working towards and why. But I don't go around talking about all that with the people in my life because a lot of them might say things that contradict what I'm trying to achieve. Let's say, for example, that you aspire to run a marathon and you tell your brother or sister, hey, I'm training for a marathon. Although this is someone who loves you and theoretically has your best interest in heart, they might say something such as, oh, wow, marathons are really hard. How much do you have to train for that? And I know your job is really demanding. Do you have enough time to train? How are you going to keep up with the program? Are you sure you're going to be able to do that? And so when you let people in on these goals, a lot of times people may actually negatively reinforce what you're doing and call into question the goals and aspirations that you selected for yourself. Let me give you a different example. So recently, a lot of people have been commenting on my physique and saying things like, bro, you've been working out lately? So the truth is I've been working now. I've been in fitness and been working out for a long time. I've been training and weight training for 15 years. But recently my results have become a lot more noticeable because of the cumulative effort of everything I've done over that period of time. It's finally starting to pop and people are noticing that. And I'm feeling really good about myself. But the thing is, had I been attached to people validating my choice to work out more, back 15 years ago in the first 6 months, first year, first 2 years, first 3 years, etc., there's a high chance that I may have given up because if I was looking at looking towards that to tell me that I was on the right path, I wasn't going to get it, other than maybe initially when I told people, hey, this is what I'm doing. They're like, hey, cool. But then over time, people forget about it and they're not following up. They're not checking in. And they don't really care. But I've just been hitting the gym day in, day out, week in, week out for years, not posting about it, not talking about it, not telling everyone. And now when people see me, they look at me like I'm some kind of overnight success, that I've been doing some crazy workout program recently. When the truth is, I've just been grinding at this for a long time and now it shows. The same could be said if you want to get into some kind of new business. If you go around talking about it at the beginning, people are going to be more likely to express concern over the potential risks of what you're doing. They're going to say, oh wow, starting a business is really risky. Are you sure that you have enough money saved up in order to do it? Where are you going to find clients? How are you going to get through this phase? I went through this with my own family when I started my gym business. They were concerned that I was taking on something risky and they didn't really understand it. And so they raised all these concerns to me. At the time, I remember being kind of bothered by some of the things my dad was saying to me as he was bringing up various possible risks that he wanted me to consider. And he really was doing it from a place of love. But I started to feel some doubts creeping into my mind that hadn't been there before, because my dad is somebody that I really love and respect. Now, in this case, it was such a big project that it would have been difficult to conceal what I was doing from my family. But as you are taking on new things, if you're thinking about starting a side business or something like that, I recommend you just keep that to yourself and you just start grinding on your own. You need to find that internal satisfaction of doing it. You got to want it from within rather than wanting other people to validate you, because if you're chasing that, you're never going to feel satisfied and you're likely to give up before you reach success. As another example, with this YouTube channel, at the time of this filming, the channel is still relatively small, although it has been growing. I haven't told hardly anybody in my life that I'm doing this. Why? Because I don't need them saying things to me like, oh wow, YouTube is really hard. Do you know that very few people make it on YouTube? No. I'm doing this for me and I'm going to keep going, and one day they'll just see it. They'll see it when the time is right, and at that point it may appear as though I'm some kind of overnight success because they didn't see the part where I was grinding on my own for a long period of time. So if you're taking on a new hobby, skill, business, or other endeavor, rather than go around sharing that with other people in your life, what I recommend you do instead is you just disappear. Start grinding on this in the shadows. Just be offline. Just be working on it. And then let them discover it on their own. And they are going to be shocked when they see the transformation that you've made and what you've accomplished. And it's going to appear like it happened all at once. And I can tell you from personal experience that this is super satisfying when it happens. Don't tell anyone. Just do it. And let me know what happens. All right, guys. That's it for today. I hope this helped. If you like this message, send it to somebody else who you think could benefit from it, because that really helps the channel grow. To work with me personally, you can book a paid consultation. The link for that is in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.